Welcome viewers, you are watching my YouTube channel BioHub and I'm your facilitator Dr. Seema Sharma. Dear viewers, we are on chapter number 9, Reproduction in Animals, and in this video I have covered its second part, which is about human reproductive systems. Before proceeding with the content, let me show you the journal layout of this chapter. This chapter is basically divisible into three parts. In 9.1, you learned about modes of reproduction and its video is also available on my BioHub. So if you want to know about introductory part of this chapter, I suggest you to go through this video. Second part of this chapter is segment number 9.2 and it is about sexual reproduction. Third segment of this chapter, that is 9.3, it is dealing with asexual reproduction. My BioHub videos are watched by students who are preparing this chapter from NCERT as well as books of other publications. So I've gone through the content of all these books and the flow of information of my videos is strictly based on the content given in your NCERT book, but is supplemented by taking some important pictures, flowcharts, and visual clips from other sources too. And in this video, I have covered the content given on page number 101 in your Science NCERT textbook. In this video, you're going to know about first, male reproductive system, second, female reproductive system, third, the differences between sperm and ovum, fourth, some important questions related to human reproductive system are also discussed at the end of this video. So I suggest you all to stay connected and watch this video till the last. Are you ready, viewers? Okay. Reproduction in humans. Children, this is not just like another run-of-the-mill topic. This is very important topic because it is dealing with us. By knowing about this, we are going to learn about our own body system. Sexual reproduction in humans. Human beings are unisexual. Unisexual means they have only one reproductive system in their body. If it's a male, only male reproductive system will be there in its body. If it's a female, it has female reproductive system. During the sexual reproduction, fusion of male and female reproductive cell takes place to form a fertilized egg that grows into an organism. We have to understand each and every aspect of sexual reproduction in humans, and it starts with puberty, maturation of reproductive parts of male and female that comes under puberty, and it will be discussed in detail in our coming chapter, that is chapter number 10, reaching the age of adolescence. Next segment in reproduction in human beings is knowledge about male and female reproductive system. So this part is covered in this video. So let's start with knowing about reproductive system in human beings. And our first objective is male reproductive system. Viewers, this is the frontal view of male reproductive system. This diagram is from your NCERT book. And the second picture is giving us a side view of male reproductive system. Male reproductive system has certain parts and we are going to learn about those parts one by one. In male reproductive system, first part is testes. Singular is testis. So in male reproductive system, there are two testes. They are located outside the abdominal cavity in a sac called scrotal sac. So this is the scrotal sac or scrotum and this is the testes. Now these testes, they produce male gametes or sperms or male reproductive cells in millions. Each sperm is a single cell. Here you have to pay attention, viewers. Each sperm is a single cell. It has three parts: topmost head, middle part, middle piece, and the lower tapering end is tail. Sperm is the smallest cell of human body. Its measurement lengthwise is approximately 50 to 70 micrometer. And this sperm is motile. It can swim. Interesting fact about these sperms is that for the production of sperms, 3-degree temperature below the normal temperature is required. That's why these testes are held outside the lower abdominal cavity in this special bag-like structure called scrotal sac or scrotum. Another function of testes is to produce one hormone which is called as male sex hormone, and its name is testosterone. Next part of male reproductive system is vas deferens. This vas deferens is also called as sperm duct, and it's actually a narrow tube which transport sperms, that hormone secretion from other male sex glands to urethra part. So this tubular structure, it is taking the sperms which are a million in number along with secretion from other sex glands to the next part, urethra part of male reproductive system. This fluid is a mixture of so many things. Sperms are present in it, fructose is present, which in addition to this, certain enzymes, secretion of these male sex glands, it is also there in this, and it is whitish in color. So this secretion, the mixture of fluids and sperms, it is called semen. Next part is the urethra. Urethra part, the sperms which are transferred by this sperm duct, now they are reaching to the urethra part. They swim in the semen and reaches the urethra which lies inside the penis. This bigger muscular structure is penis, and when this the internal narrow tubular structure is urethra. So now sperms, they are present in urethra part. Viewers, remember urethra is part of urinary system. So in case of male reproductive system, there is a junction between urinary system and male reproductive system, and that common part is urethra. So this urethra, the tubular structure, is present in the bigger muscular structure which is called as penis. So penis is an organ, muscular organ that transfers the sperms into the vagina part of female reproductive system during sexual reproduction. So these are the parts of male reproductive system, their location and function in brief. So now it's time to know about female reproductive system. Like male reproductive system, female reproductive system also has number of parts. First diagram I have taken from your NCERT book, in which only 3 parts are labeled, but we have to learn about fertilization and embryo development. So I'm going to explain the structure of female reproductive system with the help of the second diagram, in which 5 parts are labeled. So let's learn about different parts of female reproductive system. Female reproductive system, it is located in the lower abdominal cavity. Female reproductive system in humans, it has a pair of ovaries. Singular is ovary. So we have 2 ovaries in case of female reproductive system. Ovum, egg or female reproductive cell, it is produced in ovary. Ovum is a single cell. It's not divisible into further any part. Usually one ovum is released from one of the ovaries every month, or to be more precise, on an average after every 28 days. And release of ovum from the ovary is called ovulation. These ovaries, they produce 2 female sex hormones, and their names are estrogen and progesterone. They are produced in the ovaries. Next part of female reproductive system is oviducts or fallopian tube. So these tubular structures which are moving from each ovary, they are called as fallopian tubes or oviducts. They connect the ovaries with the next part of female reproductive system, that is uterus. And these fallopian tubes, they play a very important role during fertilization. Next part is uterus. The uterus is a muscular bag-like structure. within which the baby develops after fertilization. Shape of the uterus is just like an inverted pear. Measurement wise, it is 7.5 centimeter in length, 5 centimeter in width, and nearly 2.5 centimeter in thickness. And it approximately weighs about 30 to 40 grams. Why I'm giving you specification of uterus? Because we have to learn about every development and fetus development within this uterus. So there you will come to know about the change in size of the uterus. Next part is a very narrow diameter tube which is called cervix, and which further opens into a bigger diameter tube which is called vagina or birth canal. So vagina part is the last part of female reproductive system, and uterus opens to the outside through this part. So this is about different parts of female reproductive system. Sometimes structural and functional differences between male and female reproductive cells are also asked. So in order to know that, you have to watch objective number 3, differences between sperm and ovum. So if the question is, what are the structural differences between human reproductive cells? Then what you are going to do in that question? In that case, you have to draw sperm or male reproductive cell. You have to label its various parts. You have to draw female reproductive cell, that is ovum, and you have to label its basic parts. So this will be the answer of what are the structural differences between sperm and ovum. If the question is, pen down the differences between sperm and ovum, how you will proceed? Let me tell you. First, sperms, they are produced in testes in male reproductive system, whereas ovum or egg, it is produced in ovaries in female reproductive system. Talking about the number of millions of sperms, they are produced and discharged at a time, whereas only one ovum is released by one of the ovaries after 28 days. Next point of difference between sperm and ovum is that sperm, it is elongated, it is divisible into head, middle piece and tail, whereas ovum or egg is spherical and it is not divisible into further subparts. Size wise, sperm is about 50 micrometer in length, whereas egg, it is around 150 micrometer in diameter. And viewers, here you have to remember the smallest cell in human body is sperm cell and the largest cell in human body is egg cell. Next point of difference is sperms are motile. They are able to move and their speed is, guess what viewers? Their speed is 1 to 3 millimeter per minute. On the other hand, egg or ovum, it is non-motile. It's not able to move of its own. So these are the basic differences between sperm and ovum. Viewers, from this chapter, different sort of questions are asked. Few are open-ended questions, few are diagram-based questions, few are critical thinking-based questions. So I'm moving on to some important questions which are frequently asked from this part of the chapter, and I have compiled them in the form of a worksheet, and I suggest you to go through these 3 questions. So how you have to attempt? Let me show you with the help of one example. I'm taking a few questions from this worksheet only. Question number 1, part A. What is the site of production of male and female reproductive cells in human body? So how will you proceed with the answer? Question is, what is the site of production of male and female reproductive cells in human body? So male reproductive cells, sperms, they are produced in testes of male reproductive system. So site of production of male reproductive cells is testes, and site of production of female reproductive cells, which are called as ova or eggs, it is ovaries. So that is how you have to attempt this question. So now I am taking the diagram based question from this worksheet. That is question number 2. Question is, observe the given diagram carefully. Identify and write the names of given reproductive system and label its parts from A to E. So you have to observe this diagram very carefully. Answer of first part of this question is, the given diagram is of female reproductive system in humans. Now coming to the labeling part. A part is uterus. B part, this one is fallopian tube, or another name for this fallopian tube is ovida. C part is ovary. D part cervix, and E part is vagina. So this is how you have to attempt diagram based question. Now I'm taking another question from the same worksheet, and this is question number 3, B part. This question is, draw human male reproductive system and label its parts involved in A. Production of sperms, B. Transport of sperm, and C. Transfer of semen. So in answer, you have to first draw the diagram of male reproductive system. At the bottom of the diagram, you have to write male reproductive system like I have written here. Then you have to label only 3 parts which are asked in the question. First part is A part. Testes, they are involved in the production of sperms. B part, that is sperm duct, they are involved in transport of sperms. And C part, it's penis, it is involved in transfer of semen. So this is how you have to attempt this kind of question. So with this, I'm through with the content of this video, and it's time to go for a recap. In this video, you came to know about male reproductive system, its various parts, their location and function. You also learnt about female reproductive system, its various parts and their functions. Together, we analyze the structural and functional differences between sperm and ovum. And lastly, discussion on frequently asked questions from this content was also done with the help of a worksheet. So that's it for this video. In my next video of this chapter, I have covered the content given on page number 102 in your NCERT book. And it is about reproduction in animals part 3. In this, you will know about fertilization and its various types. So with this, it's time to sign out. Thanks for watching. If you are a new viewer, I welcome you. If you are a frequent visitor of BioHub, then I suggest you to please subscribe to my channel. If you are finding the content of my channel worth understanding, then please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Do share the link of my channel with your fellow friends. I am confident that it will be of some help to them. Do take good care of yourself and keep learning about biology on my channel BioHub. Bye bye.